Hi guys, Erin here at Queen Bee Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. This is your in-depth astrology report for the week of September 13th through the 19th. I always start with a Sunday to a Saturday, so you kind of have an idea of what's happening today, Sunday, all the way up until the next video that I'm going to make. So the energy this week is pretty intense. I mean, this tension has been building for a while, and right now there's this palpable tension in the air that, you know, depending on what kind of a person you are and depending on how flexible you are with change or how much you've been willing to express the inner growth that you've been going through, depending on the person, this could make you feel fight or flight, like I'm just gonna explode at the next person who pushes me, or I'm just gonna run away from situations that are making me feel stressed out. And for a lot of us, including myself, the sky is orange because of the forest fires. And that really doesn't help things much because inside our instinctual selves are telling us something's not right. I mean, even here, there's no sounds of the animals, the birds, and there's nothing. It's quiet. All the animals are listening to find out where the danger is. And so whether or not you have the fire in the air right now, or you don't, but you can feel this energy, astrologically, there's a lot of influence of creating this squeezing energy and also allowing an outlet for it to come out. So over the past year so far, it's been intense personal growth. And depending on how much you communicate your personal growth with your partners, with your loved ones, friends, people around you, this might be a totally inside thing for you, or it might be something that you've engaged the help of others with already. And so depending on how flexible you are with change, we're all in a different position right now. And so if you're feeling that whole squeezed inside, about to explode, crawling inside of your skin feeling, that is a sign that you need to communicate what's happening. Because if you don't communicate what's happening inside of you, it's going to come out as an explosion. And that's the astrological influence, the energy happening right now. I do have a couple of tarot cards that I pulled out as guidance, as a little bit of a visual explanation of the energy that we're all feeling right now. Depending on the person and what your personal process is, the general theme this year has been growth. Either it's personal inside growth or change in a career or change in your friends. There's a lot of change in the air. And so mentally inside of ourselves, we feel like the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is the energy of feeling like our mind is going a million miles a minute and we know what we want and we have goals in mind and it's like all happening really, really, really fast. So the Knight of Swords is moving quickly, but in the process, he's knocking all the birds and everybody out of the sky. And so in this picture, it cautions against acting recklessly in the name of just wanting change to happen as fast as possible. In reality, what's happening for most of us is that change is dreadfully slow. That can be visualized with the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a much more different energy. His feet are still on the ground. Pentacles are earth. Things in earth move very slowly. We plant a seed and way later do we see the results or the fruit of our labor, right? So in reality, even though our minds are going, whoops, a million miles a minute, just like this Knight of Swords, the reality is change takes time. And the more that we are patient with ourselves and we extend compassion towards ourselves and the people around us, the more we're going to be in tune with the energy of this year, which is complete and total transformation. So I have my notes. And what I wanted to remind you guys about is in the beginning of the month, we had a Pisces full moon. And so the Pisces full moon really pulled apart illusion versus reality. And with the opposition between the Sun and Neptune over the past little while, things are foggy and it does take effort to pull apart illusion versus reality. And as we're doing this, the energy right now is tense because of that distance that we feel between our goals and what we want to see in life versus where we're at right now. So that distance sometimes feels so hard that it feels like this grand canyon. How are we ever going to get there? And that's when our minds start racing. Oh my God, I want to make this happen as fast as possible. Those feelings of impatience are being illustrated with the planetary movements right now. Mars in Aries is the warrior. Mars in Aries wants to just make it happen. And now that Mars is retrograde, it's not happening. It's a reminder that change takes time. The thing is, though, that all the planets that were retrograde for the first half of the year are now starting to come out of retrograde. And Jupiter, which I mentioned in my last video, came out of retrograde yesterday, which is so awesome because Jupiter is abundance and luck and moving forwards. So even if action isn't happening, Mars retrograde, the luck and the energy of what we are trying to accomplish is going to start gaining momentum. So we need to be careful of any unresolved issues that are not being discussed because they will turn into obsessions. We've got this opposition between Venus and Pluto of dark and light, inside and outside, the happy part of ourselves that we show the world, and the inside part of ourselves that's very upset and angry and hurting and dealing with a lot of pain. So this has been a tense situation for a while. And the opening that I was talking about that is being offered right now is the sun is going to be trine Uranus. What have we got here? Venus is square Uranus. So Venus is how we express love and the relationships that we're in. And it's square Uranus, which means that the current relationships are being challenged by the change that's happening. When we experience change on the inside, it takes a little while to manifest on the outside. And we're going to notice that our friend groups, possibly our relationships, no longer suit the new us that we are becoming. And perhaps what it is that the people around us just aren't reflecting our best selves to us. And we've grown tired of this negative reflection. And we're ready to surround ourselves with people that support us and lift us up and encourage positive growth, because that's what we're experiencing on the inside, right? And so with the sun, trine Pluto, and trine Uranus, what's happening is that all of a sudden this opening is happening where instead of feeling stuck within this change that we're experiencing, we're going to start seeing open doors, and we're going to start seeing ways that we can manifest this change in real life. With the sun trine Pluto, we are going to start feeling more open to exploring these issues that have been bothering us. We're okay with shining some light on the darkness rather than feeling like we have to hide it. And we're going to start seeking intense experiences in order to really work out what's happening inside of us. Sometimes communication is the best way. So this is when I urge caution, because depending on how flexible you are within your relationships, this might manifest as you picking fights. And none of us normally mean to, but sometimes that's just how it happens, especially if we're all feeling extra feisty right now. So if you feel like this change is on the precipice, in the beginning of the week, the energy is there for open communication, open dialogue. Just make sure to be respectful and think about your words before they actually come out of your mouth. At the end of the week, what we end up having is Mercury is going to be in a difficult relationship with Neptune. And so the things that come out of our mouths are totally not going to be understood the way that we meant them. There's going to be tons of miscommunications, misunderstandings. So definitely if you have to have a talk, do it in the earlier part of the week. On Thursday, in the morning, we have a new moon in Virgo. And Virgo is all about noticing those details, making those healthy choices, but sometimes Virgo can be a little bit extra critical. So what I would encourage you to do is, as you get to the middle of the week and you're starting to think about how can I make these changes a reality, think about, what do I do every day? If I wake up in the morning and I want to have change, I'm going to have to start doing things differently. And whether that is talking to yourself inside of your head differently, whether that's making healthier choices with what you eat and drink, whether that's making healthier choices with who you hang out with, because some people who you hang out with might not make you feel very good. You got to cut that stuff out of your life. So Thursday is a great time to start making those choices and setting goals for yourself as far as, what do I want to do every day? And I'll tell you, if you make a resolution to do something every day for a month, by the time there's the next new moon, I guarantee you that part of your life is going to be different. Just give it 1 month. That's what the Virgo new moon asks of you. I do recommend be kind, be compassionate, and be patient with yourself. Virgo can be extra critical, so don't be hard on yourself. Any changes that you make in your life need to be an expression of positive growth, healthy growth, and loving yourself. Don't make any new resolutions that involve a punishment for something that you've done, or, self-hatred towards your body. No. It's got to be positive resolutions of growth, okay? The other thing is on Saturday at the end of the week, the sun is going to be in a difficult relationship with Mars. And you might find around you that your actions are being questioned and challenged. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. I would definitely caution against overreactions. The egos are going to be a little bit intense this month while the Venus is in Leo. So just watch if your ego is challenged, but if somebody has a logical question about something that you've done or a plan that you've made, give it some thought. Might actually be something that you need to consider. The energy this week is definitely going to have us in a super defensive, touchy, irritable kind of energy, just like that bottle corked kind of feeling. As we're experiencing this change that we can feel is just around the corner, I would remind you to just don't make any hasty decisions. Think things through, communicate, give it time, listen to what the universe is kind of trying to offer you and give you clues about, integrate it, sleep on it, and then see what you think. Venus is trine Chiron this week. At the beginning of the week, Venus is trine Chiron, which is all about giving and receiving love, creating beauty, and the relationships that we have. So even if you find that the relationships around you aren't reflecting the best back to you, Venus trine Chiron is going to help you realize your own self-worth, realize that the problem is often with the other person expressing their own projections. It's going to give us the ability to really reflect on self-love, self-appreciation, and give us the strength to say no to situations that make us feel like shit. So definitely be your own best cheerleader. Give yourself lots of love and patience, and extend that love and patience to the people around you. Because just as much as you are feeling squeezed and stressed out, I guarantee you the people around you are feeling that way as well. So I wish you all the best, lots of love and compassion your way. If you have any questions or comments, comment below or send me a private message. I love talking about astrology and tarot. And I will talk to you guys soon. This is Erin at Queen Bee Tarot. Take care.